So I have made a cute little last minute gift using a combination of crafting techniques, including 3D printing, sticker creation, as well as engaging with the new UV printer. And I am going to show you guys how to do it today. So it's been a couple of weeks since I finally got some ink from my Eufymake printer, and for the record, the ink that they're supposed to be sending me is still not showing up as being shipped anytime soon. Kind of frustrating. That means had I not found somebody willing to sell me ink, I would not be able to do anything. I can't imagine how frustrated many people are sitting with just a 50-pound paperweight. So that being said, I have done a little bit of experimenting with it. Some of it honestly is limited because I feel like this thing smells absolutely terrible. And I'm definitely going to go into that in a longer video. But I'm kind of on the busy side this week, but I wanted to get you guys sort of a project out. This is kind of an idea that you can do for Valentine's, and it's creating a personalized heart-shaped box using kind of a combination of techniques. So what I wanted to do was kind of create a little gift for the mini human before we headed out this week for a travel gymnastics competition. Got the idea to sort of create a cute little personalized heart-shaped box, just a little Valentine's gift. And sure enough, it's an easy enough print, but it's not going to have much in the way of personality unless I decide to put things on it. Now, I could certainly add some cool designs and run it through the 3D printer, but that's certainly going to add to additional waste and such with my PLA if I'm doing a multicolored print. So I thought, well, maybe I can have some fun with my new UV printer and printing directly on 3D prints because I wanted to see how well that worked. And it works pretty well. There are some limitations, obviously, because the print that I'm using is going to be much taller than the 60 millimeters, to say nothing of the fact that with it being a heart-shaped box, the surface is going to be curved at a point, so I'm not going to be able to print on the sides, and I need to kind of come up with a workaround for that. But I feel like I can make a really cool top to the box and kind of go from there. So let me show you what I did and how I was able to create this unique and last-minute Valentine's gift. So to make this project, I took advantage of one of the AI photo converters that currently exists on the web, and it basically turned a photo of the mini human and me into a little caricature that I could put on the top of the box. Since the top of the box is heart shape, I needed to basically get this shape over into Affinity Designer, and I did that by exporting the lid as an STL. And from there, I opened it up in Shaper 3D and basically just traced the shape of the box. Since it was an STL, it's not very easy to project this, and this is sort of a long way to get around, but I was able to effectively trace the shape using some lines and some arches, creating this vector shape of what I needed to cut the photo out of. And thankfully, Shaper 3D will allow you to export SVGs of your sketches. So it was just a matter, like I said, tracing the shape and exporting the file as a readable vector format, which I could then take over into Affinity Designer. Over in Affinity, I placed the SVG file that I created into my working document. And the one downside about bringing in a SVG into Affinity is that it comes in as an embedded file. So typically what I'll do is I will actually just kind of go in and double click the file, open it up, grab the shapes that I need from the layer menu and copy them, and then just bring them back over into the document. Then I'll delete the original embedded file. From there, it's just a matter of making sure that the heart shape that I brought in came in at the correct size. It almost always comes in bigger, and that's why I added the additional squares. That way I knew it was 88 millimeters. I'll rotate the shape so that it's at the angle that I need to be placing my artwork. Delete the unnecessary square at this point. And then I'm ready to bring in my artwork. I'll go to File, Place, find the image that I generated online, and bring that in. I'll drag and drop it so that it's approximately the same size as the heart. Bring it down so I can see my heart. Change the color of my heart to make that a little easier to see. And what we're going to do is basically drag and drop the image into the heart, which creates a mask, perfectly matching that heart shape, and as a result, matching our 3D print. Now, the biggest challenge at the moment is just kind of getting things positioned and the art set up the way I want it. The heart shape and the image don't match exactly, and I felt like I wasn't seeing nearly as much as I wanted to, and ultimately I ended up doing a little bit of cloning and duplicating to create a seamless background, and then added a little bit of text just to personalize the top of the design a little bit more. With my picture saved out as a transparent PNG, it's time to come over into Eufymake and create a new design. I will click Upload PNG and find the design that I just created, which I left over in my Downloads folder, and I'll bring that in. When I click on the image, I can select the craft mode that I want to use, which in this case is the relief texture. And when you click on this function, it will generate a 3D texture of the image that you've imported. It takes a couple of moments, and after that, you can usually make some minor adjustments, such as how thick you potentially want the image to be, if you want to try and enable any ink saving modes, and how smooth you want it. Once you have all of those details ironed out, we go back over, select the material that we're working with, in this case plastic, and then we grab a snapshot. This of course takes a couple of moments, but once it's done, we can see the lid on the board and can just simply drag and drop it into place. I'll zoom in to make sure I've got everything covered and it's lined up nice and neat, and then I will send it to print. I ended up being pretty happy with the results. It gave some nice detail and adhered pretty well without issues. It's got a little bit of texture. I've played around with the settings a little bit now and things seem to work pretty well, but I felt like the sides needed a little more. Now, obviously, this heart is too big. It's not going to be able to go in the machine, so I had to come up with an alternative solution. And the solution that I came up with was to generate some additional pictures of the mini human doing gymnastics using the same AI filter. And then I just measured the sides of the heart and created these stickers and printed them out on vinyl using my classic sticker technique of printing on vinyl and adding a layer of laminate. These adhered okay. I feel like they probably need an additional layer of glue, but it works for the project that I'm doing. I would like to be able to print on the sides. However, with it being a curved surface, it just isn't an option for me right now. So there you have it. Cute little heart-shaped box. She can put whatever she wants in it. It's got the textured lid with the picture, and then on the sides, I wrapped it with some vinyl stickers. The vinyl stickers stick okay to the 3D print. I feel like maybe a round of glue underneath would probably be a little better. And I know the potential exists that if you already have the ability to do the UV stickers with the laminator and all of that, you could probably do that and get results that are more permanent and stick. Ultimately, I didn't invest in those additional accessories. That's something if I want to pursue down the line, I can. I'm kind of waiting to see how well the ink supply chain goes before I consider doing that, as well as honestly managing the machine, because like I said, I feel like this machine smells terrible, but I will get to that in another video. But I thought it was a cute little project. You got the opportunity to see how some of the flat relief pictures work, as well as some alternatives if you're looking for ways to kind of cover the sides of things using materials that you already have on board. But it was just sort of a cute little project this week. There's lots of things that are going to be coming down the pipe. I have some new machines and some new space that I'm working on. Everything's almost done, so I think I'll probably do the reveal for that next week. I am hinting a little bit at what I have in store for you guys if you're paying attention to the surroundings. But anyway, if you like content like this and want to see more, by all means, hit the subscribe button and definitely ring the bell for notifications so that the Eldritch algorithm knows you actually want to see my content. Also, if you can tap the like button or share this video with someone, I would certainly appreciate it. In the meantime, I will see you guys next time. Bye.